Hi, everyone. This is professional High Priestess, and I just wanted to come and put out a message. And the message here that the High Priest and High Priestesses and the Galactic family want me to put out is Herbalism is dead. Now, I had mentioned in my reading, you guys, a long time ago, that these karmics, as a result of abusing you, playing with spell work, tampering with you spiritually, trying to steal your work, using the herbal kingdom, etc., misusing and abusing things from the natural world to do unnatural things. Not only are they going to be blocked off from it, there's going to be a complete revamping of those systems. I said this in a Stay in Your Lane. I think I did a quick channel message about this, and some of you guys were like, "That makes a lot of sense." I said that these karmics will not be able to do spiritual bats to break off the spells reversing. They will not be able to go ahead and invoke certain herbs in order to do energy harvesting or witchcraft on you. They won't be able to do any type of like spell work using love herbs or things like that because of how they've been abusing the relationships of twin flames and also separating masculines and feminines. And it's currently happening. You guys have no idea what is happening behind the scenes. So because what happened is all at once, you guys have to realize like witchcraft has always been around, right? But the rise in spiritual attacks has been very like high the last about 18 years, but very much so the last 5 years with the advent of things like Etsy, Tumblr, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, etc., where people are making different Facebook groups and different pages and like showcasing shit that they should never be seen. Some of these herbs are only supposed to be touched if you are of that specific bloodline and if you are of that specific federation in space. And you guys hear me talk about space a lot, but this is the thing though. It only makes sense. All of these federations that we see, like the Kemetic Kingdom, the Aztec Kingdom, the Tibetan Kingdom, the Maori Kingdom, whatever kingdom that you see on this planet, they came from a different planet and they set up shop here. When it started to get toxic and karmic because white aliens followed them here, brought white supremacy, colonialism, and trying to enslave people, they left. They're still coming back and forth, right? So we're here, and some of you guys, you're here with the physical body, but you're here to basically like hold down the kingdom that your higher self is holding down up in space. So these places still exist. Like Kemet, it's its own planet. Like you guys, we talked about Anakayona and what does it mean to be a high priestess? She has her own planet. She has a few fucking planets, and she's still up there. The last queen of Haiti. We talk about the Aztec kingdom, the Mayan kingdom. They're out in space. They still exist. Imagine whole entire planets wearing indigenous garbs, harvesting herbs and things like that, paying reverence to the moon and all those type of things. It still exists, right? So if you're able to stay in that state of mind, that's what makes you a high priest or high priestess on this planet. A lot of people got it twisted. When you ask them, what's your federation? What's your planet? They can't even tell you because you're not a high priest or a high priestess, right? So what's happening now is because a lot of these karmics found mind to go play with those herbs, right? Play with those crystals, play with certain works on this planet, play with certain demons and deities and things like that. This is what the ancestors did. You guys are going to start to come to find out that a lot of these karmics that are playing with you, the magic doesn't work anymore. Why? Because those demons were defeated in space. They weren't really demons. They were individuals who took on demonic energies, low vibrational toxic energies that were approving their spells. That's how it works. What do you think? Who do you think is approving your spells? Right? It's your higher self or your high vibrational ancestors, your guides that are out in space, right? So that's how it's working. Some of them were using certain herbs on you that were from your actual federation, and they were like, "Hey, excuse me." In space, they will go to these karmics. Excuse me, why are you using my plants and my herbs on these people? Some of these people were using tarot, right, to spy on you and cause problems, and they were getting scattered readings. And guess what happened? The individuals who created tarot, who are in Kemet, they are from Kemet, ancient Egypt, right? Excuse me, what are you doing with these works? Why are you testing out these works on my people? You're not of this federation. Why are you using my works? And they can no longer use it. And I told you guys that there's going to be a complete revamping to every single system on this planet. Now, I said herbalism is dead. You guys heard about the fuckery with the crystals. Crystals are also dead too. The only way that you are going to be able to use any of these tools is if you are of God. You have to have the heart and the mind of the high priest, high priestess, and be connected to your higher self. Because the Most High saw what was going on here and set down all their warriors. Like, they're misusing my crystals. Why? They're misusing my herbs. Why? They're misusing my works. Why? They're misusing the language. Why? So they sealed everything. There's certain people that can't even hear their indigenous tongue. They can't speak Mam. They can't speak Igbo anymore. They can't speak Tibetan anymore. They can't speak Japanese, which is a hyperdimensional language, anymore at all. Right? And it's because of what they did and how they were playing with spell work and attacking the original ones and attacking the real high priest, high priestess, the real emperor, empress, the real twins. So what's going to end up happening now is I'm about to put out a book about this because I've been getting a lot of downloads. I just rewrote chemistry, a book on chemistry. You guys have no idea like what it really like what you have go through as a high priestess. There's a lot of people getting downloads for new nail products, for new hair products, for new skin products, for new ways to make clothing, for new everything, and they are getting attacked like fuck because it's going to disenfranchise every single industry and put the power back in the hands of the original ones, right? So with the herbalism, no longer will you be able to go and buy an herb and use it. No longer will you be able to go and buy a spiritual product and use it. Everything is sealed. If you're a karmic, it's actually going to invert upon you. That's exactly what they've done. It's like you guys have no idea. The Galactic Federation, they can cast spells on top of spells on top of spells that reach everybody all at once, right? So now what's happening is all the old herbs are going to be completely deactivated. High Priestess, what do you mean? Meaning that if you want to start growing these herbs, you're going to have to pair them up with a different herb in order to activate the same spiritual properties. They may still have the same like food properties or medicinal like properties, like, oh, if I use rosemary or something like that, like trying to waken up my senses. But for the spiritual properties, you're going to have to pair them with another herb because there's a certain federation that's sealed every herb on this planet. And no longer can you just go and like start picking up herbs and planting them and then using them as spell work. You have to pair the herbs together. Let's say, for instance, you get some information, right, that you're not supposed to have. Oh, I'll put this herb together and that herb together. And then I'll be able to like make spell work again or make arrow to do binding spells. Or I'll be able to make Uber Ursi to do love spells on people against their will. It's not going to activate. And that's exactly why they did that. No, you're going to need this herb and that herb. We're going to make it difficult. Oh, you found a way to access that information? Perfect. So when you even go and try to do that, not only are you going to see it's not going to grow, if you even try to put one herb that's alive already, like as fully grown, and you try to put it together with another herb, it's like you're mating the herbs together. It's like botany. You take one genome, you take another genome, and you try to put it together and make something new. It's not going to work. What's going to end up happening is if you even have the opportunity to put those two things together, they're not going to grow or they're going to create a poison. And you're going to see a lot of these karmics that play in herbalism, a lot of these karmics that play with spell work, straight get out of that kingdom altogether. And I told you guys that this was going to happen, and it's happening now. And they want me to put out all these different messages about what's happening with the spiritual war because World War III is happening right now. We're actually on our way to World War IV. You guys have no idea what has been happening politically, happening spiritually, happening economically. All these different industries are straight getting knocked down. Let me give you an example, and you want to know why? Because they're not respecting the individuals who, this comes from our federation. Why are you using this? Especially the racists. Oh, I'm a high priestess because I picked up a book on herbs that was stolen from indigenous people, and I'm frolicking and buying herbs online. A lot of these herbal companies, you're going to see them straight fall the fuck off, period, or get bought by somebody else that's going to go ahead and reinstitute the ethics. So in the next few weeks to come, I'm going to be putting out a book, and this book is about all the herbal pairings to create the new class of herbs. And the funny thing is, my work has already been sealed. There's so much going on that my work has been sealed to the point where if you open this book and you're not supposed to be touching any of this stuff, it's going to look like Chinese letters and like different like symbols and shit like that. You will not process anything. There's a spell on my work. Your mind will rot when you use my works. When you try to use my works and you're not supposed to. Your mind will work when you try to use my works against me. Right. So a lot of the federations have done that on themselves, on their work, and on you guys as well as their descendants, right? Or as their physical body. Now, an individual comes to try to play with you. Oh, I'm going to do roots on her. I'm going to do work on her. I'm going to jar her. Okay, but that herb is from my federation. So just guess what just happened? Not only is my energy not in that jar, your mind is about to rot for even trying to go into my federation and use my works, the works of my ancestors and my higher self against me. And that's what's happening to a lot of these karmics now. You guys have no idea how deep this shit is going. It's going very deep. What do you mean? It's very possible because when you take an herb, right? An herb has a physical property in cooking. It has a medicinal property with other herbs, animals, or within the human body. Then it has a spiritual property, right? You can use it in certain works. Now, think about this. If I deactivate the spiritual property, who's the one doing all that? Who's the one ordaining those herbs to work? Thank you. What was going on is for a long time, a lot of the ratchets that were a part of these federations, they were like going in the background and approving certain spell work to be done on you with either the work of your own federation or another federation that was like their work was being used to attack you, right? So this is not necessarily like, oh, Anakayona versus like the Igbos. That's not true. It's somebody from that federation had no business going into the system to go ahead and approve different witchcraft and spell work that was being done on you as like a certain person, right? From a certain federation. That's how it was working for a long time. They have completely sealed their systems. You guys have no idea what it looks like in space. They literally have like devices, like technological devices. It'll pop up in front of their face. It will say like, Daisy also is utilizing rosemary in order to cultivate a spell to reinvigorate her nervous system. Approve or deny, and it'll be like they'll approve it, right? And then it'll say, let me just use one of these karmics. YouTube karmic is utilizing arrowroot to place a binding, to place a financial binding spell on such and such person. Approve or deny, and then they'll be like, okay, deny, no, because that's not. We know who you are. You're a karmic. It's flagged in the system. They were going into the back end of the systems of these high priests and high priestesses who are supposed to be ordaining that stuff, trapping them so they can ordain it, covering their energy so it looks like they're actually like doing work for the betterment of like their society or their federation, starting a bunch of bullshit and drama. You guys have no fucking clue what has been going on behind the scenes. So I just have to put that out because you're going to see a lot of stuff like completely like blow up already. You guys don't know that there's like a certain level of your energy fields that allows for you to put out magic. That's why certain people can't do any spell work. That's why they have to go ahead and do like rituals so they can take that energy field of somebody else and try to wear it, right? And then they keep on doing a whole bunch of rituals so that they can strengthen that energy field and strengthen their ability to do magic. You wouldn't have to do that if you were actually supposed to be doing those works. Ding, 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 ding. Now, what has happened is a lot of those rituals have been completely broken. You're going to see a lot of ritualists hiding because they have no power. You're going to see a lot of people popping up like somebody tried to kidnap me for a ritual. Another thing that you're also going to see is people not able to do magic at all. They've completely ripped those energy fields off or completely deactivated them completely. So not only can you not do any magic, you can't use any of my works, and my herbs are completely sealed. My herbs are sealed. My works are sealed. My sigils are sealed. You can't use that. You guys have no idea. Several systems of black magic on this planet have been completely deactivated. The symbols are completely broken. The Masonic symbol, the satanic symbol, the quote-unquote Star of David, which is a satanic symbol as well. All the symbols have been broken and deactivated. So a lot of these karmics have been trying to use magic and cause problems for people. It's not happening. What they've had to do is activate a higher demonic source in space that had to come down to this planet and work through individuals that are very fucking stupid to attack the chosen ones. That's what's happening right now. You're gonna see some of these karmics. No more money, no more car, no more nothing, because they can't do any more magic. A lot of these practitioners, they're going to go start straight out of business. It's already happening. I'm getting so many reports of I asked for my money back from somebody because she couldn't do it. I got my ass beat because I charged somebody $4,000 for a spell and nothing is working. People are going to start to see that, hey, I used to pay her to do magic. It doesn't work anymore because they got their ability to do spell work completely deactivated. That time is done. The planet is sealed from rituals. I'm telling you right now, no rituals are going to be done, no sacrifices, none of that. That's done for. They've done their last. And I told you, now is not the time to be trying to put in orders with the devil. Now is the time to pay back the piper. And that's what they did, because a lot of these karmics, by going into those systems, trying to play with spell work and magic and shit like that, they tie themselves to a demonic force that actually just, here, let me rip your energy field out and let me wear it so I can go over there and play with the high priestess over there. You don't even have enough energy. Okay, I got like 68,000 souls that are stupid enough to come and play with me in like Voodoo or Obeya or some shit like that, or 21 divisions, or Ife, which are all laced with satanic practices inside and out, right? Because they're not indigenous. Thank you. Yoruba's not a hyperdimensional language. Now, I'm going to take 68,000 souls. Okay, good. Boom. I'm going to wear all their energies to go play with her. All 68 of them are like fucked up. There's one high priestess there, and there's one high priest there. All 68,000 don't even equate to one of them. You see what I'm talking about now? So it's like these demons that went to go trick you to come tie into this system. You think you're getting power, but I'm really taking your power and just giving you a little bit over here and going to go play over there. That has now inverted on itself. So you're going to see these demons come with new systems and new types of spell work and new this and new that. And it's all false and it's all fake and all has no power. It's just a way to get you to tie in so you can give them your energy so they can go play over there. Some of you guys are actually high priests and high priestesses in space, and you're getting initiated in these different practices. And then what happens is in space, your higher self, they die, they get attacked, or they get demoted or kicked off their planet because you in your physical body went to go tie into some initiation or ritual that they pulled you into through spell work or magic or illusion, where you thought you were going to get some protection or power. Had you just stayed to the side, connected with your higher self, and just kept your mind focused on, let me connect to the highest of the highest of the high, you would have gotten exactly what you wanted. So be careful, because that's another way that they're playing with people too. You have no idea who you are in space. You have no idea where you are and what federations you are a part of. Some of you guys are part of separate federations because you have one higher self. That's the higher self of another higher self. That's the higher self of another higher self, and you look just like them. And you're tying into different like pacts and systems that are actually waging war on you in space, and then they have easier access to your energy field. You see what I'm talking about? So now's the time to like really detach yourself from all that bullshit. Focus on connecting with your higher self. Focus on connecting with your good self, and stop playing games with spell word. So you guys, that's all I had to say. I hope you enjoy. Bye.